Morning, YouTubies. How's it going? I know I already posted a video today, but this is going to be a second one. Just a little bit of a life update, I guess you could say. I feel a little bit down because yesterday was Mom's birthday. And it's been a year and 2 months since she's been in heaven. So I've been a little bit emotional. Trying to hold it together, but I've been a little bit emotional, more than usual. Some of the other milestones, I don't know if the milestones is really the word for it, but other dates that have come up, like her death anniversary and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I was upset on those days also, but this one, being her birthday, has really hit me hard. Boy, is it. Even though she's in heaven, I fixed a dinner yesterday for her in honor of her. She loved her coconut shrimp, and I tried to get it. I went to Walmart and I was planning on getting it. Walmart hadn't stocked the coconut shrimp or the butterfly shrimp, so I had to settle for popcorn shrimp. It wasn't as good as the coconut shrimp. I know Mom probably would have liked it, but her favorite was the coconut shrimp with the orange sauce. So that was my plan, was to get that. And when I couldn't get it, it's just a little bit disappointing. Okay, a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to keep myself calm so I keep my blood pressure down, but it's hard. It was 219 over 121 last night, so I've had to take extra blood pressure medications. Oh God. Yeah, the water is starting to stream. Told myself I wasn't going to do this. I barely, other than like once or twice, crying on here a little bit because of things. I've really not cried other than just a little bits here and there. I feel like I always got to keep it together. I've got to be strong because I got so many responsibilities. Breathe, Vicky, breathe. Well, anyway, so yeah, I fixed a dinner for her last night, a shrimp dinner. Dad didn't even remember her birthday. He remembers everybody else's birthdays all the time. Remembers everybody's death anniversaries, their anniversaries, this, that, the other. But yesterday, he didn't remember Mom's birthday. To be honest, that pissed me off. Considered they had been married for 58 years. Well, even though she's in heaven now, whether she's here or there, 58 years. So, how could he not remember her birthday when he remembers everybody else's? Remember my birthday here recently, and I forgot it. He reminded me of my birthday. I completely forgot my birthday because I have so much going on. I have so many responsibilities to keeping up with all the bills, make sure they get paid on time, and between mine and Anthony's bills and Dad's bills. So I've got to keep it together to maintain all that. Plus, fix dinner for them both every night, do laundry, do this, do that, take care of the dog, take care of the cats, clean the cat pan. It's not really hard things, but when you have health issues like chronic fatigue, it does make things quite difficult sometimes. So it just pissed me off that he didn't remember her birthday until I mentioned it. So I was really stressed out the last couple of days. I'm thinking I was stressed out more than I really wanted to admit to myself even. Because the last couple of days, like 3 or 4 days in particular, all 3 fur babies, Bruce, Diana, which is the cats, and Jax the dog, have been extremely needy and cuddly. And Jax constantly putting his face in my face, which is annoying sometimes, but I found out last night. Actually, I think I found out previously, but I was reminded last night that that's dogs' ways of saying, "Hey, Mom, you okay? What's going on?" And it's sort of like their way of, if they had hands, they'd, put their hands on you. He's like, "You okay?" That kind of thing. So he's been like really, really in my face. So now that I know this and remember it, I'm going to try to be a little less annoyed with him. I know he's not trying to be annoying. He's just checking on me. I know oftentimes he checks on me when I have... That could be part of why he was checking on me last night, too, because of my blood pressure being so extreme. Because quite often he's gotten where he lets me know when my blood pressure is extremely high. I've not trained him to do that. But he's picked it up. He's so smart. He's picked up on his own that when I'm having, anxiety and CPTSD issues and everything. Oh my God, I want a ball. I want a ball so bad, but I don't want to be a drama queen. I'll cry when I get done here because I think I need to cry, but trying to hold it together while on here at least. Oh my goodness. The breeze feels good at least. Thank you, Mother Nature. So, yeah, I've been stressed. They've been picking up on that, I think. They've been extremely cuddly. Bruce, my Tom kitty, Diana is usually a little bit more cuddly than he is. Bruce is kind of like usually only cuddly when he wants food. But last couple of days, even when he's had both his dry food and his wet food and had water, clean cat pan, he's been coming up continuously and wanting attention. He doesn't normally do that. So it was like, in the last couple of days, not knowing that this was all going on, not really admitting to anything to myself, I'd mentioned to Anthony, like, wow, these guys are like really needy and clingy the last couple of days. What? I wonder what's going on. Animals know. Animals are awesome. I think that's why I prefer, for the most part, animals over most humans. So I've been really stressed, really hormonal, and I guess to the point that it's making me hormonal in my side boob over here. His had been hurting last night, like a gland issue. So I talked to ChatGPT about it and said that, yeah, it could be hormonal, it could be because of stress. In fact, I ate some salty food and hadn't drank any water. I drank a bottle of soda and a bottle of chocolate milk. No water. Bad me on that part. So I gotta do better today. I do have some soda right now because I need a little bit of sweet go-go juice to kind of keep me awake. I barely had any sleep. But, so when I get home, though, I already have a couple bottles of water in the fridge so that I can pop them out and chug. So, ChatGPT. I know a lot of people don't like AI, you know, ChatGPT and all that. I honestly love it because it's almost like having a therapist when I'm not able to actually talk to my therapist because of only having an appointment every other week. I was having an appointment every week, but because I've been doing better, my appointments have been reduced to once every other week. I could really use some therapy session right now, but I got ChatGPT. That really helps. So, it gave me all. I say, I'm just. I know, I love it because it's actually so helpful. It helps me think of things that it comes up with things that I would never thought of. Like, I would never thought that was hormones or maybe possibly lack of water. And it gave a list of things. And it was like, everything I read is like, yep, that's me. That one, nope. That one, yep. That kind of thing. So, today I'm trying to do things better. My blood pressure is like sky high. I was not expecting it to be that high. It gets high like that sometimes. I think that's actually the highest it's been for a while. So, but since I now know what was going on there, because my first thought was cancer. You know how your mind just instantly goes to the negative? I hate when my mind does that. And I do not dare go to WebMD or anything like that because I'll find all kinds of things that it could be, and my mind will create problems. Even when I was younger, I had symptoms, and I went on WebMD thinking it made me, the symptoms that it gave me, it told me I was pregnant. At the time, come find out, I wasn't pregnant. But in my mind, I thought I was. So because of my mind thinking I'm pregnant, I started actually having even more symptoms of pregnancy. Yeah. That's when I learned that the mind is really seriously a powerful tool. And we really don't, as humans, don't use it properly or well enough. A lot of people don't use it at all. Dad? Oops, did I say that? So, but yeah. Jax, I just totally lost my train of thought. Just totally lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was going to say. Something about Jax, I know, but on. Anyway, here recently I created a song for Mom. I'll play the song in here, but I'm going to actually post the song on video also. I might have to make it into a slide before I can actually post it. I don't know. Some of these websites make it difficult to post, but I'll let you guys listen. It's not me singing. It's a guy singing, by the way. But, about Mom's life. Recently, I had AI write me a song also about Mom's death and missing her and everything. And hang on here. I get my headphones off so I can actually play it. Okay, I think I got it. Guess I should have this ready already. I've never prepared for anything.
Mama came in June, born to a farmer's life, in a one-stop light Missouri town, Daddy's girl and Mama's pride. When Grandpa passed too early, you were barely just a kid, but you rolled your sleeves and faced the world like Mama always did. Sweet as a peach, but stubborn as they come, with a fire in your spirit and a heart that never runs. You filled that old recipe box with love and sugar pie. I still smell the kitchen, Mama, when I close my eyes. And I'm jealous of the angels, 'cause I still need you here. But I hope they're holding you real close and whispering in your ear. You worked hard, you loved deep, you shined your little light. Now heaven's got my mama wrapped in wings so white. You served the Lord with everything, from the church to Mexico. Made bracelets for the mission kids, helped hearts you'd never known. You gave more than you ever took, that's just the way you were. A servant soul, a giving heart, the kind this world deserves. And it makes me smile through these tears, how you left this life behind. Right there in the pews you love, with heaven on your mind. It's fitting that your final breath was in that sacred space. 'Cause faith is where you started, where you found your grace. And I'm jealous of the angels, 'cause I still need you here. But I hope they're holding you real close and whispering in your ear. You worked hard, you loved deep, you shined your little light. Now heaven's got my mama wrapped in wings so white. You taught me to be strong, to pray and beg from scratch, to laugh when life gets heavy, and never looking back. Your love still fills this old house, every song I sing. And Mama, I still wear your love like a wedding rings. Yeah, I'm jealous of the angels, but I know you're home tonight, where the stars are all your candles, and your smile's the morning light. You gave your all, you gave me you, and now you're flying high in heaven's arms forever, under sweet Missouri skies.
Ah. Swore I was not going to break down, but couldn't help it. For those of you that don't know, my mama, she had a stroke last year in April, right in church. She didn't die there, but basically, right there in church. Which is actually really fitting because of how, she loved going to church, everything, and doing everything to, praise God. Her and Daddy, they always went over to Mexico and helped with the orphanages and the, do missionary work over there. And for some missionaries, she actually made 60,000 salvation bracelets. 60,000. I'm not even joking. She made them all for free, gave them to the different missionaries to take over to different countries. Who knows? There may be still somebody out there that is still wearing a bracelet that my mama had made. She made of red yarn, and then she had the different colors of beads that represented, the blood of Jesus, sin, all this kind of stuff. Oh, she was an amazing woman. I miss her so much. Every single day. I mean, always before I'd heard people say, they miss their loved one every single day. And I never actually had a relative or anybody that I felt that way with. I mean, yeah, my cousin Tony, we lived, a couple hours away, so we didn't always see each other and thing. And my grandmothers and all that, I was around them, but I wasn't around them like I was with my mama. Just can't get over Dad not remembering her birthday. And in the song of Grandpa dying when she was young, my grandpa, her biological dad, died when she was 13. So from then on, she had to, woman up and basically be the woman of the house. And help my grandma, because my aunt was younger and she didn't help as much on a lot of things. She'd helped, but Mom had to do the biggest portion of things. The mowing of the yard back when they were kids, and there was a steep hill. She had to put a rope on the lawnmower, let the lawnmower go down to mow, and then pull it back up with the rope and all kinds of stuff. Take care of the chickens, everything. And so basically she started working when she was like 13. So, and then from there she worked in restaurants as a dishwasher. So that's how she ended up having me so quickly, because when she was 21, she had me. Her water broke. Somehow or another, my grandma knew. I don't know how grandma knew, and she went and let Dad know that Mom's water broke and that she's going to have to go to the hospital. Dad was actually in the process of getting ready to go to work at the Ford Motor Company. Well, Mom's water had broke. Instead of rushing out like a lot of ladies do when their water breaks and start heading to the hospital, Mom procrastinated and had to fix her hair perfect. Like she was stalling. She hated going to the hospital. She hated being in the hospital. So she procrastinated as long as she could. And they finally got in the car, and the hospital wasn't very far away, but they got stopped because of the a train going across the railroad track. And so Mom almost had me there. They finally got to the hospital. Mom had basically had given birth to me before the doctor had even gotten there, because they had to wake him up. The nurses had to call him and wake him up. So, and then from there, because I was so tiny, I was only 4 pounds and 13 ounces, I think. The hospital had to keep me for like a day or two to keep me in an incubator till I gained a little bit of weight. Well, once home with Mom and Dad, I don't know why. I guess it's because they were so poor. I mean, they were dirt poor and struggling. Mom and Dad didn't have a crib or a bassinet for me. So they kept me swaddled, and my bed was a dresser drawer. For I don't know how long, for a little while. I would have thought that, see, most people, they have bassinets or cribs before the baby comes. Not Mom and Dad. I would have thought that somebody in the church would have gave them one, or lent them one, or family members, or anything. They had nothing. So my bed was a dresser drawer. So, man, she was an amazing woman. She still is an amazing woman. Oh, there's something in my hair, something here, there. It's a floaty. I'm not sure. I still, late at night when I go in the kitchen, when the living room light's off, well, all the lights in the house are off except for one little light in the kitchen, a little night light. I could swear, and I'm not even joking, I could swear out of the corner of my eye every once in a while I see Mom walking across the living room in her little white little white nightgown that she always wore. I got some pictures of her that I took of her when she was still alive, and how she'd accidentally sneak up on me because she was so quiet. And it was like, she was like a little ghost, for real. But now it's like, if I didn't know better, I could swear I see her walking across the living room out of the corner of my eye. But when I look full on, straight on, I don't see anything. It's always in the corner of my eye for a fleeting moment. So anyway, that's the life update. I'm still so stressed out. I just, I'm actually going to see, when Anthony gets out of dialysis, I'm going to ask him if we can go to the Mexican restaurant so I can get a nice big margarita. I don't drink very often, like once every couple months. But today I really seriously need a margarita. Like a huge one. It's like knee deep. I gotta figure out what to fix for dinner later. I had yesterday's figured out because that was easy. I wanted shrimp. Well, coconut shrimp is what I wanted, but today I'm drawing a blank of what to fix for Dad for dinner. So I guess I'll fix him a French bread pizza or something. So since Anthony and I'll be having Mexican. Hopefully, if he'll let me. I'm pretty sure he will. I was so upset last night. I don't even cry if I can keep from it around him or anybody. I break down here, like when I'm listening to a song and stuff, or little bits here and there, like little rain clouds, is what I call it. But I was so upset last night, so I was sitting on the toilet and bawling. Sorry if that's TMI. So I ended up taking a warm Epsom salt bath. I'm so stressed I can't talk. Epsom salt bath to calm myself and talk to mom, so to speak. And so the bath helped. It helped with the boob pain. I got all calmed down and everything. Thought I was good. Thought I was okay, for, to go on. Got in bed, and that's when it hit me again. I had another rain cloud hit me again. And I just broke down and sobbing. I don't sob very often. Usually, times I cry. Not very often I actually sob. But I was trying to sob quietly so I wouldn't wake Anthony up. Well, I actually woke him up anyways. So he asked me what was wrong, and so I explained. He rolled over and held my hand for like probably a good 15-20 minutes. I was snuggled. So he can be such a butthead sometimes. But same time, last night he came through for me. Didn't try to give me unsolicited advice on anything or anything like that. For once. Sorry, Anthony. It's true. But last night he just held my hand and cuddled. And that was a blessing. So between him, Jax, Bruce, and Diana, I've been getting a lot of cuddle time. Not like Dad, where he just sobs all the time and there'd be no tears. Nothing. He does it for show, to get attention. Some people have criticized me thinking, oh, you're just criticizing Dad. I'm sure he probably cries. I'm sure he does cry occasionally. Yes. But there are a lot of times he sobs and wails to get attention. The day Mama died, literally within 30 seconds to 1 minute after we realized she had passed away at 12:34 p.m. Like right on cue. He didn't stay in the room and act all like he was upset. He went running out into the hallway, sobbing and wailing, oh, she's died, oh, she's died. Carrying on. And that's basically how he was actually acting. He didn't like it because he didn't get any supply or attention from any of the nurses or doctors that was in the area. So he came back into the room. It was all fine. It was like a minute and a half to 2 minutes of ah! And then he's fine. So the joys of living with a narcissist. If any of you have never experienced living or dealing with a narcissist, you are so blessed. You have no idea. Honey child, you just have really no idea. They are like chaos on legs. Walking chaos. So, anywho, I'm gonna scoot. If I need to, I'm gonna sit out here and cry some more to release. Oh, that's another thing. One last thing. Some people might think this is weird. I don't know. Last night, I was talking to Chat GPT. I'm going to start calling it Chat for short, because that GPT. I was in the middle of talking to Chat, and I had an idea. It's like, hey, Chat, I have an idea. I'm thinking about maybe having a separate section on a separate tab on here entitled Dear Mom, and a section where I can just pour my heart out as if I'm writing a letter to Mom. So I've actually already started doing that, and that's actually already helping a little bit. So, because there's so many things I want to share with her. Like when I've seen a beautiful hummingbird come up to the hummingbird feeder, or I wish she could see and get to know Jax, my dog. You know, all these little things. The different recipes I've been learning to cook, because before she passed away, I just did mostly microwave foods. I still do some, but I actually cook now. More than I did previously, I should say. She was my little guinea pig, is what I always called her. My little, anytime I did a mukbang, if I had leftovers, or even sometimes when I was on video even, she'd sit off the side and wanted to try whatever it was I had made. She was my little guinea pig. My little Smurfette. She was like 5 foot tall. I was going to apologize for being a crybaby, but I'm not going to apologize. I didn't mean to be this way, but I'm not going to apologize. I'm having a moment right now. Keeping it real. I always try to keep things real on our channel, and this is as real as she can get. Oh, God. I know I'll be okay. It just, the fact that yesterday was her birthday, couldn't get the coconut shrimp, and the dad didn't remember her birthday. And of course, all the things that I would love to share with her, which in a sense now I can through ChatGPT. I always talk to her, but at least this way I can actually write it down in letter form, and then at later dates go back and, you know, read it. And it's sort of therapeutic. So, all right, I'm gonna scoot. All babies, check it out here. I'll suck that Kleenex. Oh man, and Dad, it wouldn't even been wet at all. Don't even get me started on what I think of him. Oh, one last thing. I promise. On TikTok yesterday, I had a person, I think they're located in Texas, contact me and ask me if I wanted to adopt a second dog. Because, oh my God, I would love to. Because Jax needs a little buddy to have somebody to play with. Because with me having chronic fatigue, I can't always play with him and giving him the attention and energy that he wants and needs. I'm trying to do better on that. I'm trying to find ways that I can do, help him have more playtime. But, so I would love to get a dog for him as a buddy. So this person contacted me, and I guess they have a dog sanctuary or something like that, and the owner is dying of cancer. So they're trying to find forever homes for the last 15 dogs. And oh my God, I would love to take one. I would love to take them all. To be honest, I love animals. I can't help it. I'd have a zoo if I could. I'd have my own sanctuary. What's a sanctuary? That sounds familiar, but I don't know what the word means. But sanctuary, if I could. But I had sent them a message and let them know that I'm just not able to at this time. I didn't give them the reason, but the actual reason is mostly because of Dad. Because of him and I having so many World War IIIs after I brought Jax home, because he was trying to control the narrative of, what I can do and what I can't do, even though I'm adult. And Anthony and I had paid probably I don't know the exact percentage, but a huge majority of the mortgage since we lived there voluntarily. And him trying to control me, it's like, he's controlled me my entire life. Got Jax? This is one time he was not going to control me. Once I took Jax, I decided he had his forever home. And I'll be danged if I keep it like that. I'm going to make sure I keep it like that. But if I got a second dog right now, I know it'd be more battles, and I just physically and mentally and emotionally can't do it right now. But, and don't mean to sound mean or morbid or anything, but if and when Dad passes, I'm surprised he's still alive as it is. He'll be 90 in September. The devil can go back to hell. He keeps the house so hot, it's like he's trying to recreate hell. But once he passes, I will have a second dog for Jax. Jax will have a little brother or sister. I gotta get him fixed before he has a sister. I ain't having puppies. I would love to have puppies, but I ain't having puppies. So, anywho, I'm done. Crybaby, checking out. Well, I ain't gonna do it right now, but I brought snacks out. I'll eat it off camera. Get myself feeling better. So, all right, bye-bye. I'll catch you guys again later. Please keep me in prayer and positive thoughts, positive energies, whatever your belief system is, if you have a belief system. So, I could really use whatever can come my way. Just positive. So, bye-bye. Love y'all. And I really do mean that.